All right, we're going to talk about the 1-3-2 rules. Like, there's some fundamental rules, and then there's what our rules are going to be coming out of the gate this season. And I'll go through them kind of quickly. So 1-2-3 rules, or I'm sorry, 1-3-2 rules are going to be the motion rules. MIDI passes to attack, MIDI rotates. Attack passes to MIDI, attack rotate. On a dodge, everybody goes. These are our rules, and you'll see them here in a minute. Big offense, right? We want to play on or around, above, outside of the restraining box. We want to move the ball forward. We don't want to reverse the ball just because we want to. We want to keep the ball moving forward so that we don't get in trouble and lob the ball back to where it came from and there's nobody there to catch it. We want quick ball movement. When we practice that perimeter passing, you got to get that out of your stick in 3 seconds. We don't want it stalling out, you looking for options. It's going to be very easy. Move the ball forward. You know where you're passing it. The only things that can really get in your way is if they're shutting off X or they're shutting off the player you're supposed to pass to, and we'll adjust to that. But just as a fundamental rule, move the ball forward. Do not reverse the ball. Always look to crease. One of the biggest mistakes and the biggest missed opportunity is when we're spinning the ball, moving the ball, and we're not looking to the crease player who's working his tail off for you. And then on a dodge, and this is the cardinal rule here, you have to beat your man. If you don't beat your man, nobody's going to laugh at you, nobody's going to make fun of you, especially if you can keep the ball and bail out into space and keep our possession. It's great that you dodged. It's great that you're a great athlete and you're going to the cage with the intent to score. But if it's not there, you gotta bail. And that goes for everybody. All right, let's look at some of these rules. Rule 1, MIDI triangle pass to attack. We've already covered this. These MIDIs are going to get rotation. Attack passes to MIDI. We're going to get attack rotation. On a dodge, we all need to rotate, and I'll explain some of why. So let's go ahead and take a look at our rules. Rule 1, MIDI passes to attack. Slow that down. You'll see that those MIDIs went through there pretty quick, but we're going to get a rotation out of this MIDI triangle. Attack is now throwing the ball. Now we reverse the ball. I know that. Just did this for just to give you guys an idea what it looks like. We're going to go ahead and we're going to get a rotation. Now, on dodge, everybody goes, right? And I'll show you a little why. So if this MIDI dodges, this attack, we want to give this part of the field up to this dodging MIDI. If he's in trouble, he has the ball on his stick. We don't want the ball on the ground. We don't want our player on the ground. And we want to live to fight another day. So if he can't beat his guy, we want him to bail out. So that's why we all have to go on this. And so as we get a dodge, we're going to get a cut through. And this, get out of his way. But you might curl here. This attackman could curl and just pause for a minute. You might get a nice easy pass. So don't be a robot and don't run straight across the field, because as soon as you pass about this area, your defenseman really doesn't even care about you anymore. On this dodge, we also want this guy to be active to make sure that this defenseman has to honor him. If he just sits there with his stick between his legs, petting butterflies, the defenseman's like, okay, I don't care. I'm going to be a double team on this guy, right? So on a dodge, everybody goes. Let's kind of finish that out. Okay. Big offense is a rule. Look, I worked with a lot of kids, and I'm like, get big, get big, get big. They don't know what that means. So what get big means is we want to use this restraining box, unless we're only one goal ahead in this last 2 minutes of a game, then we got to get it in, keep it in. Depending on the rules and the rule of that tournament or that game, we'll have to make that adjustment there. But big offense, you see where these guys are at. Take a look at where you're playing on the field during practice and during games. If you're playing inside this box, that's not big offense. And that means a lot for this guy as well. We know he needs to be over there. So get over there. Big offense. Easy perimeter passing. Defensemen are coming out really far to try to get that ball. The ball moves faster than the defense, and as we get better, if they are coming to get on our hands and the ball's here, the defense defenseman pushes out to X. This guy's going now. Like, all kinds of good things can happen if we play big. Because of we're wearing that defense out there. They're on a rubber band. They're playing, they're back in. They're playing, they're back in. They're playing, they're back in. You rotate that ball, Yahtzee, by the way, 2 or 3 times, and if they're extending, they're going to get tired, man. And so, big offense. Okay, move the ball forward. Now, I don't care which way right now, and I'm sure people would disagree with me on this concept, but since we're laying this in, we want to take out all the possibilities of us doing something by mistake. Like, we want to make a simple rule. Simple rule is if the ball's moving this way, keep it moving this way. Keep it spinning this way. Why? If we throw the ball down to this attackman and this midi cuts through doing his job and these guys get a nice rotation and this guy gets scared, throws the ball back, well, that guy's not going to be there anymore. The midi knows he's going to take a cut. This guy, if he's in trouble, move it forward. Next, we always want to be looking at crease. And I'll tell you why. One, this guy's going to be working his butt off. Moving in this big square is tiring. And I'll tell you, he's going to be really happy if you give him a nice, easy pass. He has the opportunity to put it in the net. So instead of, if you don't have a Yahtzee call, which we know on a Yahtzee, we're just moving this ball as fast as we can around the perimeter. If we don't have that Yahtzee call and we see a pass, like, let's look at crease. He's going to be open often. And those are those easy ones that we don't have to work that hard on. Like right there, right? Always be looking at this guy to be open. If he's doing his job, he's going to appreciate a nice, easy pass and a nice, easy goal. He's going to also tire out that defenseman, and the defenseman's going to get lazy. So always be looking to crease. Last point on this offense is, look, we all want to go to the cage. I can tell you from the sidelines, if a coach is watching and you've beat a guy, you've beat another guy, you've beat another guy, well, it might look really cool to the sidelines, and you might get a goal out of it. That's not what we want to do. Reason being is we want that ball in the stick, and we want to make sure that we capitalize on the way we play the game. And so, lesson here is, if you don't have it, bail out. And that's the reason we're clearing this guy through for you. You've got a nice piece of high dollar real estate over here that you can just settle down, get a breath. You're going to get a chance to go again. So if you're in trouble and you're dodging the alley as a midi, just curl out. We're going to give you that time to rest and then move the ball, and maybe we can make something happen on the backside. Now, some people would say, well, coach, we're really not in a 1-3-2 anymore. That's all right. We could momentarily jump into a 2-2-2. I love 2-2-2. But eventually we'll balance back out, and this guy will come over. Let's say the ball gets passed up here, and this guy will come over, and guess what? We're balanced. So always look for a balanced field, but be okay to break that balance if you're in trouble. Same goes for an attackman, right? If, I'm going to dodge, and one of our rules is when we dodge, everybody goes. As this guy's doing maybe a high-low dodge, remember, he's dodging, so everybody's going. And we're all kind of clearing out of his way. And he's in trouble. He might just come up here for a second. Like, it's okay if he's under pressure. Like, if you hear us say, take it to the 50, get that defender way out here, right? Right. Now, when everybody balances out here, take him to the rack. So, lesson, rule, whatever you want to call it, take your dodge. If you don't beat your man, get out of the way. They're going to give you this real estate. You're going to have this place to park. Always know, this is like a safety zone. If you can't beat them, bail. If attack, you can't beat your guy coming around here, just bail over into the wing, right? If this wingman goes and he can't beat him and he's going high-low, bail over here. Worst case, keep that ball and run to the 50. Just give everybody a second to balance back out. Take a deep breath. We get to play again, right? And again, this is not our 1-3-2 structure. or formation. This attackman's way out of place, but that's okay, right? If that defenseman's not on him, he can plop the ball down here and just kind of come over here, and we're back to balanced. So lesson, rule, you got to beat your man to play offense. And if you don't, it's okay. Bail out, relax. One of my favorite sayings I've heard recently is, that's not your shot, it's our shot. Really treasure that ball, treasure that possession. We're going to get it again. So I can't stress that enough. There's actually times, and we'll probably work on this, that I want 3 fake dodges. We're going to dodge once. We know we're going to pull it out. We're going to bail. We're going to move the ball. We're going to get another dodge. We're just trying to deform and confuse the defense. So you don't beat your man. You don't get to play. You don't get to shoot. Bail out. Let somebody else go. You'll get another chance.